BRICS expansion. What does this mean for Africa's future? And have for the first time participated in the following expansion to its membership. The alliance that initially referred to Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa is gradually becoming a bigger body after also welcoming Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, UAE, into its fold. Russian president at the BRICS closing session in the southwestern Russian city of Kazan said all countries joined the bloc share similar aspirations and values and a vision of new democratic global order. The 3-day summit, which ended on Thursday, also provided a platform for member countries to discuss plans to deepen financial cooperation and develop alternatives to Western-dominated payment systems. Africa's position amid BRICS expanding was something many experts said would help African countries reposition themselves in the globe. I actually see a lot of African countries joining because Africa wants a new world power that would crush the existing global power, and some would join for various reasons, including improving their economies and trade. Dr. Michael D. Mancho, political analyst, University of Douala in Cameroon, told Deutsche Welle, DW. Kitting Lubanda, a Congolese African analyst, told DW that other natural resource-rich nations like the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, must join BRICS to avail of its many benefits. Being part of a much larger whole is a viable ambition, Lubanda said. You know, today, strategic materials, I'm talking about cobalt, coltan, zinc, and all the other mining materials that make China powerful today, come from the DRC, the Congo. After Africa has for a long time had ties with Western countries, but the emergence of and key members of BRICS has somewhat diminished Western influence over the past few decades. Some analysts say that South Africa's membership of BRICS has given many African countries hope that they could also be part of the new global force. And what does BRICS offer Africa? BRICS is bringing in a new dynamic that Africans have not seen for some time. Remember that Africans were dealing with an old system, a system that they have known through slavery, slave trade, colonialism, imperialism, and all of those, Di Mancho said. South Africa said that it values Moscow's friendship. He said, we continue to see Russia as a valued ally, as a valued friend who supported us right from the beginning, from the days of our struggle against South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, said at a bilateral meeting with Putin on the eve of the summit. Di Mancho said that they have made a compelling case for Africa to reposition itself in the creation of a new global order, thanks to their enticing offers in bilateral trade deals. Russia is coming in with a lot of proposals for Africans, and I think that it has worked for some countries like Egypt with the energy and gas plant, he said, referring to that which has been called the largest project of Russian-Egyptian cooperation since the 1950s. In Nigeria and some of these countries, we have seen the examples of how China wants to work, Di Maggio said, and with the fact that they are not coming with the colonial tendencies, they are coming to play business. They are proposing the economy which Africa needs very much. The past decade has seen an uptick in commercial and strategic engagements between Africa and BRICS nations, which constitute Africa's largest trading partners and new investors. The BRICS coming into Africa now is to show the global system that members can do business on a level playing ground, Di Maggio said. We have never had a European Union that is proposing an inclusion of an African country into their partnership, so the BRICS coming into Africa, it is an example to show that China, Russia, and their partners have good faith. The risks of African countries joining BRICS, with those opportunities come other risks, including unfavorable trade deals that kill manufacturing and productivity in Africa. China plays lesser when it comes to import duties. It pays lesser, and it's the same picture in the whole of Africa, where China is able to ship its products to Africa almost import-free, and this kills local productions. This kills exports, and Africa is now remaining at the level of consumption, DiMancio warned. Africa has already launched its Continental Free Trade Platform to propel the economies of African countries. However, there are fears that growth could suffer if it gets distracted by BRICS expansion. But African countries cannot all be going to the BRICS. They should first and foremost be able to collaborate and do business. We have regional blocks, and within those blocks we have countries that are actually suffocating. But Lubanda said African countries can join BRICS and still strengthen all their geopolitical ties, both on the continent and with the West. He said we can be in BRICS and have other geopolitical relations with the West without any problem. And this is the case today. We have managed to have a certain freedom to have a certain number of activities with some and other activities with others. And I think that this freedom should be respected by everyone, he said. This by Keith Walker from Deutsche Welle on DNYUZ. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.